So some of you may be in different positions. Some of you may already have a company name. Some of you may be just starting a project and you want to buy a domain, and these days a lot of people find a company on the internet, so it's quite important that you choose a good name that people can find, that makes sense in terms of it's relevant to what you're selling. Okay, so if we look at some really popular companies recently, for example Google that we're just looking at here, it isn't the best search engine in the world, .co.uk. It's Google. They've picked a name that nobody else was using, and they probably had a large sum of money to throw at their company, and generated awareness about their service, and they offer a good service, so people talk about them, link to them, spread the word, so to speak, and that brand name gets notoriety. It gets spread on the internet, and this is something that's I guess far more slick and has a lot more street cred than calling yourself something like the best search engine.co.uk. So what I'm going to do here is take you through a recent process that I went through. I set up a small company. I was working with someone else, we split, and now I'm setting up my own company. So I was in a completely fresh position to find a domain name that was going to work well on the internet. So my intention, I'm a small business, my intention is to not fight against big web design firms and SEO companies who have spent years inflating their domain and page rank. I don't have enough time, and I'm going to specialize in a niche. I'm going to work with small businesses. I'm going to do a WordPress website, and I'm going to specialize in photography and filmmaking as a kind of sideline. So it's better to focus and be good at a few things and have a niche than try and cover all bases. I could learn how to make apps and all this other stuff, which I don't really want, and it's probably not useful for a very small business. So it's they may want it, but I can always send them to somebody else. So first thing to do is focus. I make websites, so I look for a domain name that has got websites in the title. It's also something that people type in to a search engine looking for someone to build a website, so it's relevant. And I'm trying to find something which identifies the brand as myself, because websites.co.uk or .com, I'm sure it's gone. I didn't even bother checking that. So I was throwing some ideas about, I thought IQ websites, possibly. I did end up with Excel websites in the end, so I'll cut the story short. So first thing I did, I went to Google, that's why we're here. I typed in Excel websites, like this, and I looked at what was coming up, and not a lot. Excel recordings, record company, Excel Axaita, it's I don't know what they do, internet services. I think they do something to do with some telecommunication company. So if I was to choose this keyword, there's not a lot of website companies that have this Excel in front of it. So Google's a very good job at finding branded keyword searches. So if someone was to type in Excel websites after I'd spent some time optimizing my pages and my brand, it wouldn't be hard to rank #1 for Excel websites. If I was going to choose a name like Coca-Cola, I would have a very hard job being visible, and even if I give my business card out to somebody with Excel Coca-Cola, I probably would have a real hard job getting on the first page to be visible. So they might just end up looking at the Coca-Cola company and numerous sites about their product and never find me. So I'm thinking going to build up some brand awareness for a small company, and in this case Excel websites looks like a good choice. The next thing I do, and now that there's not a lot of competition currently on the web, but some people buy domains, so I'm going to use this company called 123reg, and I'm just going to check who owns domains. I chose a hyphen because it's easier to read, and I'm going to go a .com. I know that this is taken because I bought it. There's plenty of these domain and hosting services on the net, Bluehost, a one-on-one, sorry, and 123reg and others. I'm using this because it was to hand, and I remembered that. See, again, a good brand name search, 123reg, something that people aren't going to use. It doesn't have domain or hosting or anything in that, and it responds very well to UK web hosting. They've probably done quite a bit of work on building links with those keywords in the anchor text. But anyway, let's have a look here. Excel website, that's me, I've got that. And look at all of these, all available. Not a lot of competition. There was a few people without the hyphen who bought these domains, but nothing on the web that was of any kind of competition. So if someone was looking for Excel websites, web design company, it wouldn't take me long to rank #1 for that, and that's what I want. So quite a simple and straightforward task. And if you're in the same position, thinking about you setting up a company, you're a startup, a small project, I would always check the availability of the domains you're thinking of naming your company before you name it and say job done. Look at the competition, see what's out there, because a lot of people will find your website. This is how a lot of people find businesses nowadays. It is through word of mouth, through social networks. You know, if someone wants to click on a link, or they've mentioned your brand without linking to your site, then you want to be able to rank at least 1, 2 or 3 for your brand name. And if you haven't got a lot of money or time like me, then you want no competition. So it's a very easy job to rank #1 and be found. So that's the lesson in choosing a domain name. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, you can leave them in my YouTube channel, or you can get in touch with me through Twitter. Okay.